Before the infamous migration of Homo sapiens from Africa, another related species of Neanderthals lived in some areas of Europe and Asia, approximately 4 lakh years ago. And when 2 lakh years ago humans started migrating, the already settled, thick browed, and short heighted people somehow perished just within 5,000 years.
So, wait a minute, you are telling me that a whole other species gone just like that? Wow, pretty mind boggling, right? Hi, welcome back to the Conundrum Times, where we conspire, question facts, historical events, figures, and what the world wants us to believe as the truth. So today we are going to talk about one such foregone species, that is the Neanderthals. So let's dive in. Paleoanthropologists from all around the world have devoted their lives to study about the extinction of these species. To begin with, the story somehow went this way. The Neanderthals were considered to be dumb species, and these supposedly dumb inferior species could not survive the influx of the superior Homo sapiens. But one has to really wonder, with the recent evidence on the table about the similar brain size, about the genes containing the speech, as well as the rich evidence of rich culture, were they actually intellectually inferior? Okay, now, can you guess who created the world's first ever cave painting? That's right, a Neanderthal.
Various recent studies in caves around Spain provide empirical evidence of cave paintings which date to more than 65,000 years ago, way before a human came out with an art piece. Therefore, now as the notion of Neanderthals being savage and dim-witted has been challenged, the question remains, how could a species nearly as sophisticated and as modern as humans go extinct? Curious, right? So, although we do not know the exact population of these people, evidence suggests that they settled in small groups. So, another possible theory is that the modern humans outnumbered them and created a tough competitive environment where both groups competed for resources, and as modern humans survived in more elaborate social groups, their social network probably gave them an advantage over the Neanderthals. And whenever it comes to an extinction, experts always consider the factors of climate change.
Studies have started ruling out this possibility too.
When it comes to survival in harsh climates, Neanderthals fared well, for they survived in harsh, cold temperatures for longer time periods than modern humans. Moreover, no association has been found between the proposed dates for the last Neanderthal appearance and a major climatic catastrophe.
Pondering a little more on the competition theory, some researchers also suggest that the movement of our ancestors into the Neanderthal territory might actually have led to a violent wipeout of our distant cousins.
As cavemen have always been portrayed, there is a possibility, supported by the discovery of fossils, that there may have been some violent contact between the two species. Now, this theory does not stand without its oppositions, so let's look at them. Firstly, an overlap of 100,000 years exists between the species, and even if some exchange occurred between them, it is highly unlikely for it to be the sole cause of their extinction. On top of this, the lack of data doesn't help our cause. Unless and until we can find sites where little to no gap existed between the two species, nothing can be said for sure in this regard.
All of this is very confusing, isn't it? Doesn't this make you want to resurrect our dead ancestors and ask them all these mind-numbing questions? Well, what if we told you that there is a possibility that all the Neanderthals aren't really dead? No, we haven't taken any crazy pills. What we actually want to tell you is that another fascinating side of this contentious issue.
Now, this side says, and not without concrete evidence, that even though the Neanderthals are extinct, a part of their soul, or in a more scientific language, their gene is still present in the current population of the world. Bizarre, isn't it? But evidence of the interbreeding exists in the depths of southwestern Carpathian Mountains, near the Romanian town of Anina, where an underground cave system was discovered. The mammalian fossils retrieved from the caves were then studied, and analysis of the DNA in 2015 confirmed that the individual being studied was no doubt about 6 to 9% Neanderthal. It was also concluded that the Neanderthal ancestry was not older than 4th to 6th generation.
According to the researchers, present-day humans have about 1 to 3% of the Neanderthal genes. Now, we don't know how the humans and the Neanderthals bred. Was it because of the cave romances, or boredom, or necessity, or however it happened? What we do know is that it happened. Doesn't it change everything? Doesn't it make you wonder how full of secrets the world around us is? To end this endless discussion, there is a lot to discover when it comes to the peculiar cousins. But now, with all this information, we're gonna leave you to decide whether you want to look around the caves to find the ancestors, or do you want to look within yourself.
We hope you enjoyed this little video. If you did, drop your views in the comment section and don't forget to like, share and subscribe and hit the bell icon to conspire.